Hey, you guys, I'm Summer, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about building strength from the inside out and creating lives that feel resilient, aligned, and genuinely fulfilling. This is a part of my Teach Me Something playlist where I bring in professionals to have conversations with. These people have lived a real transformation, and now they are helping other people to do the same. I'm taking a peep today into resilience with my guest, Alexi Bracey. Hi, Alexi. 25 years ago, Alexi faced a cancer diagnosis and chose a different path. Healing naturally through mindset, through joy and nutrition and toxins free living. Within a year, Alexi was cancer free. There's a lot we have to learn from this lady here. Since then, she has navigated profound challenges, including homelessness and loss, rebuilt her life using the same principles that she teaches other people now: resilience, conscious living, emotional strength. Through her Resilience Cancer Warrior and Resilience Joy mentoring programs, Alexi now helps people cultivate inner confidence, optimum health, and a deep sense of wholeness. No matter what life throws at you, you can deal with it, she says. Alexi, let me start by reframing how many people think differently about resilience. Most of us, we are taught that resilience shows up after something really bad happens, like something goes wrong, maybe after a diagnosis, or maybe after a loss or a major setback. How do you define resilience as a daily practice rather than something we should access only when it's a crisis?
Well, people, like you said, think that resilience is when something happens, when something hurts, when there's a major challenge. But resilience is things that we do on every single day to improve our mental and emotional well-being, whether it's that act of kindness, not just to another person, but to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Looking in the mirror every day, first thing, and I give myself a self-hug, and I say out loud my favorite affirmations. It could be, I'm happy, whole, and complete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a magnet for abundance, blessings, joy, and miracles, whatever it is. You know, just remember that you're really important too, not just the people around you. And resilience
Mm-hmm.
isn't about being strong, it's about coping. And I focus primarily focusing with your heart because we're not robots. And we forget that resilience is something that we do every day without even thinking about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
resilience, when you practice it, you don't look for a reward. It's a skill that you developed to give you mental and emotional strength. So my program is all about my experiences about from the emotional component rather than
Mm-hmm.
from theory. We build emotional resilience um, to move through it. But, what if just a healing, a smile, a hug, a compliment, watching a funny movie, reaching out to a friend, petting a dog, those things
Mm-hmm.
strengthen you because you never know how that one little act can affect other people in ways that you never will. For example,
Mm-hmm.
was friends with a young man who had come from the Philippines. I met him standing on the corner having a cigarette while I was walking my dogs.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking his brother to cancer treatments and that kind of thing. And so then one day he announced that his brother had passed away and would I come to the funeral?
Oh.
And so I showed up. There were about 30 Filipino women sitting in the chapel. I made my way up to my friend. He took me up to the casket. I had never met his brother. And he said that they're making arrangements to ship the body back from the Philippines so their mother could be there for the funeral. We exchanged
Mm-hmm.
words. I left. Several weeks later, I'm walking down the street. A young Filipino woman approaches me and says, "Were you at so and so's funeral several weeks ago?" I said, "Yes, I was." She says, "You have no idea how your presence impacted our community."
Wow.
I tell you, there's something I'll take with me forever. You know, you never know how your kind act because maybe you're not feeling so in a very good mood, can
Mm-hmm.
touch another person. And sometimes we never will. So resilience
Mm-hmm.
is about being present and gentle with yourself, especially when your life feels uncertain. And then when you reach out to, a stranger or a friend or whomever, everybody's going through some kind of battle, loss, grief, trauma. Just that one kind gesture, that one kind smile, holding the door open. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it takes your mind off of, well, maybe my life isn't quite that bad because I can bring a smile to somebody's face,
Mhm.
I can do, a kind act. Like what I really like to do is when somebody holds the door open for me when I'm going into the store, I always ask, is your mother alive? And most times they'll say yes. I mean, it could be somebody 20, it could be somebody 40 or 60. And most times they say yes. And I'll say, well, tell her she's done a good job. They smile. Their mother's going to smile for the compliment. And it makes me feel good when I see them smile.
Mm. You're right. Resilience is something we practice every day. I love the mirror exercise that you do. 4 years ago, I almost died and I was given 2 weeks to live. And now that I have kicked that to the curb, I look at the mirror every single day when I pass the mirror and I go, hey, you're still around. Keep shining. And I have a gorgeous smile on my face. I feel gorgeous inside. And to me, that's a part of resilience, I think. And you're reconfirming that. Now, we live in a world that rewards productivity, right? Toughness, pushing through. I constantly hear these words, Alexi, like toughen up, deal with it, or man up if it's a man. How can people build resilience without making themselves hard emotionally? Or how do we stay strong and soft at the same time?
Yeah, I totally agree with what you just said. Everything is, productivity. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're faced in a situation where maybe your boss confronts you and doesn't have some pleasant words or, just stop and take a breath.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe for 3 or 4 seconds, breathe in and breathe out. You will realign yourself, your mental and emotional well-being. You know, you can always slip away into the hallway or maybe into the washroom if you've just been reprimanded by your boss. Give yourself that self-hug. Just, choose a favorite powerful affirmation. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am enough. I am
Mm-hmm.
enough is probably the best one. I am enough. Just the way
Mm.
I am.
Yeah, no self abandonment. You love you first.
That's right, exactly. You know,
That's, go
if you
ahead.
don't love you first, who else is going to,
Yes.
you have to be number one in your list.
Mm-hmm. Talking of bosses, my boss is very hard on me sometimes. So I look at her in the mirror and say, hey, be nice to yourself. Well, I am my own boss, but I'm loving how this conversation is going. Let's make this practical. My third question is always a practical one. What do you do kind of question. So what is one simple, doable resilience habit that people can start right now and continue like day after day? Something that
Well,
doesn't require a lot of time or money or motivation, just a small shift that brings about inner stability. What
well,
can it be?
definitely the self hug, and
Mm,
then, commit every day that you will bring a smile to at least three people's faces, or three hugs, or three compliments. You can do one of
mm,
each.
mm,
Something outward, so it will take your mind and attention off of you, and it will put a smile on the other person's face because you are now raising your emotional frequency. You're
right.
vibrating at a higher level. But when you
Mm-hmm,
smile at somebody, make eye contact and just
mm,
hold that smile for just 2 or 3 seconds, a little bit longer, like you're
mm-hmm,
not in a rush. Also,
mm,
really important that I mention to people is be more kind when you thank somebody for whatever, whether it's the barista at the coffee shop or the bagger at the grocery store or the attendant at the gas bar. So people are always in a hurry and it's always like thanks. Well, no,
mm-hmm,
thank you. And if possible, ask their name because everybody likes the sound of their name. So
mm-hmm,
thank you, Summer, for this interview. Thank you, Summer, for the what you have been bringing the joy and teachings to other people instead of thanks. It's just
mm-hmm.
personal. It's more warm.
Beautiful. Yeah. My way of doing it is at the grocery store or any store at the cashier, checkout. Instead of thanks, I look at them, I give them a compliment like nice nails or beautiful lashes. They suddenly light up and they're smiling for the rest of the transaction.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
there's one compliment that I remember, and I need to do more of this. I love doing it. At the airport security, one time, they had way too many things that are going on. And finally, when it came to me, they scanned me and said, thank you very much. I'm so sorry you're going through so much. But I said, hey, thanks for keeping my country safe. And that cooled him down instantly. So I so understand what you mean by give one person a compliment every day, three people. If you can do seven a day is great, right?
That's right.
I've learned so
That's right.
much from you already. Resilience is not just surviving life. This happened to me and I'm still alive. That's resilience to a lot of people.
Hmm.
We need to hear more of this. And staying connected to joy, to purpose, to self trust through all of it, that I think is real resilience. And you guys, if this resonated with you, go connect with Alexi. Alexi, where can people find you?
Best places on LinkedIn. It's just my name, Alexi Bracey.
Mhm,
And I have a gift for the listeners, some daily
mhm,
habits up on a very pretty poster that you can hang in your office area, wherever you see it every day, just little reminders of little things you can do. And,
mhm,
you know, resilience is, for me, resilience comes from my heart. I really, I feel I live, breathe, and talk resilience to people because I know we all need those skills. And let's just make the world a more pleasant, enjoyable, happy place by
mhm.
spreading smiles, joy, and doing it with your heart.
Yeah, there's another thing I'm very curious about. In my opinion, I believe that cancer is half energy and half physical. And you got that diagnosis, and then you did not go through all the treatments, but instead you took things into your own hand. Could you tell me what you did before that cancer just went away?
Well, primarily it was getting rid of the in my environmental toxins in your home, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we have them in our food, we have them in our cleaning products, we have them in our toiletries, we have them where we sleep. We're just surrounded. Um, Cancer is an environmental disease, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and we're bombarded with so many toxins today. So you just start eliminating them. Really pay attention to what you put on your body when you shower, the creams, the lotions. Do you cook in a Teflon frying pan? Do you use plastic utensils? Do you use a
Mm-hmm.
plastic toothbrush? Microplastics is a big problem now too,
It
you know.
is.
And EMFs, when you go to bed, you you sleep in a toxin. Uh, Let me start again.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to bed, your body detoxifies, your brain detoxifies, and you don't take with you your cell phone, or you don't watch Netflix on the computer. No
Mm-hmm.
electronics in your bedroom ever, ever, ever.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Make sure your bedroom is completely dark so there's no lights coming in through the windows. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need a night light shining, through the door or whatever. Your cell phone should be preferably in another room, but at the very least uh, in in sleep mode. And you know just and the power of intention, like, I know I'm going to beat it. Eat healthy foods. There's a really great site, ewg.org, which stands for Environmental Working Group, that lists
Mm-hmm.
all the toxins in your grocery products. What they have
Mm-hmm.
every year is called the Dirty Dozen or the Healthy 15. So the
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Dozen are foods that absolutely have to be bought organic,
Mm-hmm.
and, and the healthy 15 are the ones you can buy conventionally grown. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what we put into our body feeds our cells. It's either going to feed cancer or it's not. So really,
Mm-hmm.
toxins are a really big problem.
Sugar too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sugar. So anything processed, canned,
Mm.
your pastas, your rice, um, your noodles, they're all toxic, and a lot of them are
Yeah,
GMO.
yeah, they are. You guys, you got to connect with Alexi. There's no way you won't. Her LinkedIn is right there in the description below, and she has shared with us a wonderful downloadable resource. Check out her resources, download the resource. And also,
It's a great
the
resource.
The EWG chat is also down in the description below. Just take a look. And if you enjoy these Teach Me Something conversations, you might want to subscribe to the channel. Every single episode I create here is to help you strengthen your inner foundation so that you can show up fully in life and in business. I'll see you in the next one. Alexi, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.